So this is our first peek to the public. This model is pretty crude looking, but this is the existing Performing Arts Center. This is Southwest 152nd. Here's the front of the school, which they showed three options for. Basically, all options recreate the look of the center of the entrance. So this would be either rebuilt to look like the existing front entrance, or it would be recreated with new material.
So,
I'll try to show you a rendering of that.
something that says this is how we built today. There's some interesting questions about how we deal with history.
Similar, except it doesn't set off the front. The option one basically puts a glass frame, a large glass frame. I'm going to quickly whip over to option one so you can compare it. So here's one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, I don't know how to make a building jump. You know,
So it's got these large glass panes, windows around it, and option two does not. It looks more like the building as it is now. Now, it's likely they would have to rebuild the entire front here. They would use as much existing materials as possible, but it would be a new build. They would tear down the entire front and do a new build that honors the history of the look. So the building will look very similar. Now, let's go to option three. Which
it wraps around. Because I just think that
looks
looks
like
really
that.
cheesy. If you're wondering, we don't like this option. Mr. Schaefer.
Little different look, more of a modern.
This is the least favorite.
I'm doing a play-by-play. Do you want to talk? Do you have any feedback? What are your thoughts?
My favorite one is the number one.
Number one.
And I really don't like this one. This one is the most.
She really doesn't like this one, and I agree with you.
Yes, the first one is the best one.
All right, so far the consensus, unofficial consensus, is option one. And we're looking now at option three, which looks like more of a modern building with use of white in the center and a lot of glass and steel. So it's more of a modern looking building. So that's option three. Now let's go back to option two, which is probably the most traditional looking of all of them. And then
there was a
option one, which kind of frames the historic center.
She ended up living in
It sets it off almost like it's in a frame, you know, or it really highlights it. So, Kathy, would you talk to us on Facebook Live?
Sure.
Which option do you like the most?
I'm not real sure.
Okay.
But I kind of like the look of this option now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking if they find, once they start taking things apart, stuff happens. And I'm thinking if the front facade can't be saved as part of the building, they should do what they did at Lake Burien School and take all this, you know, the fancy stuff off the way it was, and move it out into the front lawn as a monument to the school and the people that came before us.
It's true.
Yes, and I already checked to see if the windows open when this is done, and they said no.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I remember the time when I was teaching here and I had snowdrifts on the inside of the windows.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they remodeled, they made it so you couldn't open the windows. And that was okay. It didn't have snow on the inside, but when you work in a business department and you have computers and it gets hot, you can't open a window. Not too good.
Not good.
But
All right.
I hope that they can save as much as they can.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and if they have to go to a more modern look, that's okay too. My daughter doesn't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you. It was very helpful.
Thank you.
So this is an overview of the campus. Just for perspective, this is the current Performing Arts Center. So we're here, this is 152nd along here. Here's your main entrance. And then they have this
Yeah. Yeah.
spine. It's not a breezeway, but it is a diagonal long hallway that interconnects the front building with appears to be the kitchen. There's a second theater, which I found to be interesting. So you got the pack over here, yet there's just another theater here. You got the gymnasium back here, and of course, there's Highline Stadium. So 152nd, 156th down below here, stadium, pack. This is all new construction. They're going to try to save, of course, the look of the front, but it's likely they would rebuild it using possibly old material that they salvage, but also new materials as well. So we showed those earlier. So there's your first level. Let's go up to level 2, second floor. See, the layout is the same. This has the library. They talked about how the library would be the center of the second floor. And everything would kind of come out from that in this long hallway. And then the third floor. Hey, Christina, can I talk to you? Sure. You're live on Facebook on the B-Town blog.
Hi.
Hey, somebody had a question. Where will the students go during renovation?
We are going to go to the Olympic site, which is a few miles south of us, and we will be there for 3 years. That's currently being renovated right now. That too has some fixing to do.
Is that where aviation used to be?
It's where aviation, Mount Rainier went through there.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know who else went through there, but quite a few people.
Okay.
And I think it used to be an elementary school, and so you go in, and sometimes things are really small, and so we've got to build those up for our kids, right? And we've got a problem-solved lunch because they have a very small cafeteria.
Okay.
But other than that, I actually think it's going to be a beautiful site, and we're going to take our Highline pirate pride and we're going to move it right there with us. And so this year we've been focusing on, doesn't matter what building you're in, it matters that you are a pirate.
That's
so
right.
We're going to go to Olympic and we're going to be pirates there, and it's going to be great.
Awesome. Now, do you have a preference in these 3 designs?
Ooh, I sure do.
Are you willing to share that with
I'm
us?
afraid to share that. No,
Are
I'm
you-
not. I'm not actually. Being new to this community, and I'm really learning about the ties, the history, how strong our alumni is, and so, but I also really see the need for a building that is going to support our growth into the future and really expand with our kids. And so I'm looking at it, trying to see where it is. But I like the first one that resembles the original building, but then has the lights and the windows on the side. I think it just really highlights the entrance, but it also gives this like higher learning vibe. So you feel like it just feels like an academic institution that is really welcoming, and you just want to walk in the door. And so I definitely go with the replicated main entry with the windows on the side. It's gonna be great.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right. Bye, everybody. No.
So June, the end of this school year, is when they move to Olympic.
Engineering team, but the district has their own set of consultants as
Yeah, I
well.
know they do.
So they hired the traffic study guys.
Looks like most of 2019 is permits.
They've got some other ones like at some point
Construction starts in
So all those
2020.
things are kind of step by step.
And then
Again,
2021 is the move in. It looks like it's the start of the 2021 school year. September 2021. So again, this is Scott Schaefer live from the Highline High School cafeteria. Ask the Architect. Thanks for joining us. Good night.